Hello everybody, this is Sophia. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do a divine feminine update on the current energies. This doesn't mean that you have to be a woman. This just means this is feminine energy. Whatever resonates with you. Obviously, as being a woman myself, I resonate greatly. And so it's the middle of the night. It's the night before solstice. It's almost my birthday. There's some big stuff happening. Astrologically, we have a lot of retrogrades. Mercury is in retrograde in Cancer. A lot of deep emotional conversations. Venus is finishing up her retrograde in Gemini. A lot of sifting through the old records of what you need to get rid of and ways of relating in relationships and intimately and in love. Also, the triple conjunction that's happening with Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn all in Capricorn. Saturn is technically still in 0 degrees Aquarius, but it's still going to go back into Capricorn, so it's acting more like a Capricorn right now. So there's a lot of breaking down those barriers and beliefs and just crazy craziness, right? But in order for something new and something good and big and meaningful to come in, we have to have it crumble. So it's literally happening in front of our eyes. Right now, the sun is actually conjunct with the North Node, and the sun is just about to hit Cancer. We're going from Gemini into Cancer. So I can actually greatly relate with this right now, this really intense, bizarre energy that's a lot of logic and analytical, thought-provoking processing, right? But Cancer season is all about diving in. It's the womb, it's the mother, it's the divine nurturer, it's the home. It represents family and memory, and I'm technically 1 degree in Cancer. My sun is. And so that is a bit of a conundrum because I'm all like cerebral, but I'm all heart. So this duality that we are imagining between us all, that we're seeing play out, is really something that's in us all. And some people just wear it more on their sleeve than others. So this is about taking that communication and that brain power and turning it down in through the chakras, down to our root to ignite our hearts and our grounding factors. We've got to ground in right now and put our seatbelts on, because backing up a little bit, the sun conjunct the North Node, that is Rahu in Vedic astrology. It's the dragon's head. It's basically, one way it's kind of blowing up everything in our life, but it's also guiding. It's like our North Star. It's what direction to look at in our chart to see what really our purpose in this life can be all about. And so that means a lot of illumination is happening with what we've done in the past, what we may have done before this pandemic that's happened, and some big shifts are happening. We might be taking on new roles or new jobs or stepping into our own finally. And there's a lot of uncertainty, but I wanted to come on and just say that the feminine, I believe, is feeling pretty strong, obviously emotional, but deep in her feelings and knowing that there is a lot happening, and she is really helping to conduct these energies. Because I already did the masculine video, and the masculine is dealing with a lot of change and a lot of dark night of the soul, and moving through this kind of mud. So I just wanted to come on and see what the cards had to say and let you know what kind of updates are happening, just astrologically, cosmically. A lot of incredible manifestation powers right now. Just dive in. Just wanted to pull some theme cards for the feminine. For the feminine during this eclipse. Also, we have an eclipse happening. We're eclipsing out things that no longer serve us, and something new is coming in. So what are we bringing in and what's going out? Bottom of the deck, bring peace to troubled waters. I know it's kind of hard to see. But basically, this is supposed to be the emergence of Celtic White Tara, so a peacekeeper. So basically, this is about, yes, it's a bit of a riptide right now. There's some crazy waves. We're trying to figure out how to navigate, but really it's about going within and finding this inner peace to guide you. So there is a lot of guidance coming in from the higher, the angels, our guides, the ascended masters. There's a lot of energy coming in right now with this gateway. So peace is coming in. We've got generation, death, and rebirth. Sacred journey, pilgrimage, confront your opposite polarity, and be the powerful space between the opposite poles. Oh my God. How perfect. So death, birth, death and rebirth, regeneration. Yes, this is exactly what's happening right now. A lot of us are experiencing major death and rebirth. Quite literally, it's happening. Death is very present right now. There's a lot of purging happening, so there's a lot of regeneration. The new moon stands for regeneration. So there's a lot of cellular turnover, so make sure to be getting good sleep. Hence, I'm up at 1:30 at night doing a Divine Feminine reading. That's all right. Go with what your body is telling you. If you're a light worker, you could be up at all hours at this time. There's a lot of purging coming through, and I can speak for myself, have been feeling a lot of the death that's around, and I have had to keep myself, really well, because I'll feel tired one day and then really energetic the next day, and maybe it sometimes switches up every couple of hours. It's kind of crazy right now, but basically the focus is calming on these troubled waters during this death and rebirth regeneration period that's happening right now. It's going to be happening pretty much all of 2020. So the great goddess is here for that. So she's helping us, she's assisting us with this. This is a deck I got in Shasta, but it's actually all Mount Shasta and Glastonbury, which two of my favorite places on earth. And then we got Sacred Journey, Pilgrimage, Sarah and Avalon. She's on Whirl Hill, where I was standing in September. This is the sacred journey and pilgrimage that we're on. We're going within. This is like, everyone has to go through this. Some of us are resisting this and dragging our feet, but other of us are just surrendering. And eventually, you know what? We all end up surrendering one way or another, whether we're kicking and screaming until our last day and it's the very last moment of our last breath, or we end up just giving in and giving it to ourselves that we deserve. So confronting your opposite polarity, I feel like the Divine Feminine really has been working on this. I know I have, integrating the two instead of separating, saying like, oh, well, this side of me feels this way and this way is this way. Actually, I am both. So just leaving it at that and letting the conversation end at that rather than going over and over in our heads and allowing our hearts to be like, oh, by the way, I actually make the final call, right? So this is also, the goddess is, you can't really see it in this, but she's kind of coming out of the bottom of a tree, and she's got a hawk there for like standing for seeing from the higher. The oak tree that's in the back, that is her grounding down, and then you see this stag here with the antlers, that's like the divine masculine. So we are confronting ourselves within ourselves. So the divine masculine within myself, I have been facing, as well as the feminine is working on union, harmonizing the two, allowing the two to complement each other rather than fighting each other and separating each other, and just allowing it to be the yin and the yang. We need the balance, right? And then being the powerful space between the opposite poles. This goes perfect with confronting the opposite polarity, because this is talking about standing in our truth, being present. This represents the masculine energy, the vertical. And the vertical and horizontal, it's the masculine and feminine, it's the cross. And so standing firm in that and integrating the two. This is about realizing that we are all one in this, and we're really not separate from ourselves. If you are in a soulmate journey, or perhaps twin flame journey, if you've ever heard of those, it's basically energy that you feel between someone. There's a past life connection. There's so much to go in through that. But if you happen to be on a journey where you feel like you are in a relationship with somebody, whether it feels karmic or, like I said, a twin flame or a soulmate, there's a lot of facing each other right now. Even if you're not together per se, it's like you're dreaming of each other and you're facing each other. You're mirroring each other because you're both the same. You might look different, but you're both the same. We are all the same. So this is about bringing peace to this troubled time, standing and confronting your own polarity, being in that powerful space, allowing this sacred journey to guide you, and allowing this death and rebirth and regeneration to wash over you and make you anew. That's what Cancer stands for. This eclipse is happening in 0 degrees Cancer. Like, this is the purest form. This is like a brand new baby from the womb, precious and sacred. This is where we're at right now. So let's keep moving forward. So we'll get some tarot. Forgive my tired voice. What else do you want to say for the feminine? For the divine feminine right now. Solstice, eclipse, new moon. Tell us about this. Cards are jumping, but they're not coming out yet. Oh, there's one. Oh. Oh. Get a couple more. Tell me more about that. Ah. A couple more. What else do you want to say? The divine feminine energies. What's going on between her and the masculine? Well, she's talking to Ace of Wands. See, we have this wild card, this free card, this we've done it card coming in. So keep moving forward. So allowing this death and regeneration to come in. This happiness, really, this union is here between the masculine and feminine. But for some reason, we are still flying around by our same patterns that we have been, that's been on repeat, the same record our whole lives, me since 1983. So it's the same shit, different day, that needs to be let go of. It's knocking on our doorstep right now. Are you actually gonna utilize all the elements that are here right now? We have the physical, we have the spiritual, we have the emotional and the mental capacity to move through this illusion. We are in this abundant, fertile energy. Empress, I don't know if you can see that. She's preggers. She's in the orchard. She's got the wand. She's glorious. So it's like, what would you like? This is the representing Cancer. This is the mother. This is the nurturer. So about nurturing ourselves, seeing past these illusions, these insecurities that have been downloaded from our generation, from our families, from you name it, from the country we live in, from the customs, from the judgments, from the religion, all of it. Lay it all out. A lot of it probably just needs to be burnt, right? And we need to rise from those ashes and step into this King of Wands. This is like the lion. This is like standing proud in a healthy way, owning both sides of ourselves, integrating the two, not treating it as such and such. It's one. Allowing this offer of love to come in. There's an offer of love here, and it's right next to the King of Wands. So it's like our divine masculine is coming up in the divine feminine reading, and the feminine is in this reading. So it's about the union. So this judgment is here as well, and the King of Swords. So this is cutting through being so judgmental and so hard on yourself. I know that the feminines we are a bit of a conundrum at times, and are guilty of playing that record over and over again, because the pain body gets ignited. Well, that is no longer necessary. Allow that to be seen, diving into those deep waters like Cancerians do, allowing the pinchers to give it a rest, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, communicating your desires, and moving forward through them. The Hermit card. So sitting in contemplation, learning what you need to do, loving yourself. There's an owl in the trees as well. I think this card came out for the masculine. So this is really going within and figuring out, what is it that I want and that I want to bring to this world? And do I move forward in this way or that way? So really, this is about stepping into this role of we are sovereign to. The moon is here as well, so there's still more to come. There's still more to be revealed with this eclipse. Set your intentions for the next 6 months, really, because that's when the next series starts happening. We do have another one happening in July, but the next solar eclipse. So what do you want to see for the next 6 months? Where do you want to be? How are you going to show your authentic nurturing side? How are you going to show that to yourself? And how are you going to use your voice to be heard and seen? Let's get a couple of goddess cards. These are the Isis Egyptian goddess cards, which I love. They are very powerful messages. So let's just wrap it up with these. What does Isis want to say to us right now? Divine Mother, ancient Divine Mother, that runs through our blood. One more. Let's say two. Okay, so the first one, Divine Guardian. This is a time of significant spiritual growth and healing for you. You are protected during these times by the love and strength of the Divine Mother Isis. Relax and allow your transformation to happen. Your Divine Guardian protects you now. Let go. Trust unconditionally in what is happening for you, as there is only divine love beneath the surface of the present situation. That couldn't be more dead on. So we are protected through this transformation. We may feel shaky right now, but you know what? We are divinely guided. Ancient power mysteries. The oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or snug words, or through what you write, speak about, or stand for symbolically. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. What was I just saying? Using our voice to voice what will make our hearts content, not just what will feed our minds. It changes. The mind changes. It's finicky. I know. Okay, and then we got the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight that you are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. More protection! Hurrah! Yeah, so yeah, this card just rings such a strong bell for me. It's of course it's about divine perception and insight, but it's really more protection. I really strongly feel my family coming through. My mom and dad, unfortunately, already passed, but thankfully they're on my spirit team now, so I just feel like this is letting me, as well as the rest of you, know that our loved ones are here. The veil is so thin right now. What do you want to say to them? They're here. They're like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to intervene with? What do you want help on? Like, you have such a large spirit team, you can't even imagine. It basically fills a football field, how much we carry. So in that, there can be the positive, and then also the shrapnel, the things that we're carrying that we don't need to carry anymore. Set that shit down. Set those bricks down. This is more about allowing others to carry you through in a spiritual way. All right, last card, Chariot of Ascension, Merkabah. Ooh, this is perfect too. So this is Archangel Metatron. A spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. Ooh, yeah. So I actually like to do Merkabah Meditations. There's a lot of them on YouTube. Some are better than others. It doesn't, just find one that you like and do one. And this is basically us, a human, sitting in the middle of this, and this is the shape that creates. This is like, honestly, this is more protection. So actually wishing for yourself, or saying, especially at night, putting yourself in the Merkabah vehicle, if you will. So that's the movement forward. Oh, this is perfect too. I just thought of this. So this is the Chariot. This is the Cancer card. I just love it. So developing the spiritual practice. You are not woo-woo. Get together with others or get on that Zoom or just develop your own sense of being in your own spiritual practice late at night at 1:30 in the morning. I can't stop with that. It's too funny. It's just so funny. So moving forward. All right, what are you moving forward to? We are moving forward. So are you on the chariot or are you dragging from it? In that case, maybe let go, but really evaluate where you're at right now. What do you want? Spirit is handing us the Ace of Wands. Like, what more do you want? Like, it's here. What do you want? Fertility is really high right now, I'm feeling. I mean, it's solstice. Come on. Ancient rituals around this shit. Forgive me, I'm a little more colorful at night. Anyways, I hope you are all doing well. Put your seatbelts on for this wild ride. Dive in. Get in the ocean if you can. Get in the river. Get in and have your own baptism, if you will, and birth yourself into this new earth that we are stepping into. Love one another. It does not matter your station, your race, your religion, your whatever. We are all one. And if you would like to have your chart done, please email me. I will put it down below in the description box. It's groundedintheclouds1111@gmail.com. If you would like a reading, please feel free to reach out. If you have any comments, anything, please click, subscribe. I hope you have a beautiful night. Voila.